A good Tuesday evening to you, and welcome to the outdoor radio program that did not get a deer this weekend. Did you try, Mark?
No, I didn't. Well,
I didn't try either.
I'll tell you, it's deer must be everywhere in Arkansas, because if you don't see them on the side of the road, you see them in the middle of the road. I mean, unfortunately, they've been. I've never seen as many, and I told you this. We talked about this a few weeks ago. I don't think I've ever seen as many deer on the side of Highway 10 and in the evenings and in the mornings.
Yeah, I did an interview with Channel 7 for their afternoon show, and I looked. I think about 35,000 deer checked over opening weekend. So good. Had a little bit of rain, and that may have kept some folks out of the woods, but. We're going to have a success. Well, I mean, I guess he's sort of a successful deer hunter joining us on the Edwards Food Giant hotline a little bit later on near the bottom of the hour. We're going to have Devin, Devin Simpson. Devin Simpson and his wife are going to, Dalen are going to join us on the Edwards Food Giant hotline about 7:25. Probably, I guarantee you, Devin has a better deer hunting story than you do. There's no question about it.
And if you just bear with us, you'll hear about it.
You will hear about it. And if you look at the Wildside Facebook page, the tease we're giving will be complete. There's spoiler alert if you look at the Wildside Facebook page. But it is a fascinating story of a sort of successful deer hunt.
Well, the thing about it is, Trey, it's nature in action. I mean,
it is nature. It is nature in action. We're going to let Devin tell us all about that. But we've got in the studio with us Deputy Director of the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, Mr. Ben Batten. What's up, Ben?
Good evening. Always happy to be here.
Oh, wait. Ben was our very first guest on the Wild Side.
I've been doing this show just as long as you guys have.
You have, just not as frequently.
Fair.
Well, we're going to be talking to Ben about lake renovations in Arkansas. There was a big part of habitat restoration on Lake Conway that was initiated today, as a matter of fact. A bunch of gravel going into the lake out there, being deployed by helicopter,
and it was really cool. It's
you came out and checked it out.
I didn't know I didn't know if we were going to have one of them big Sikorsky sky crane things, that they lift, but this helicopter is one of those. It kind of looks like those grasshoppers you saw years ago. He's still around, but big, tall, cabin on top, big, thick-bodied helicopter. I mean, put some air out, put some noise out, and that guy and Game and Fish. They were out there doing work today, dude. They were working.
Yeah, I didn't get the final tally. Their goal was 100 bags, and I'm sure if they didn't get it, they were close. They may have got that more.
They were going through. Got a little bit of a late start. It was going to start yesterday, and the contractor is out of Georgia and couldn't get off the ground Sunday to get over, so came over yesterday. And I think after, they had a couple of the first two drops maybe weren't ideal, but they got it dialed in pretty quickly. And again, a bunch of folks from the operations division at Game and Fish and fisheries out there and keeping the bags ready for the helicopter to pick them up and fly them out over the lake. It's pretty fascinating.
It was
pretty cool.
Well, never thought I would see helicopters dropping habitat on an Arkansas lake.
Oh, no,
it was a very cool day.
It was a cool day, and I think I'm going to go back tomorrow. I think and watch it tomorrow. I was going to also say, changing the subject real quick, you mentioned at the beginning of the show, didn't get a deer this weekend. I just got a picture from Philip Kastner of a monster.
Oh, Philip's deer. Huh?
We're going to find out.
Well, I mean, without any further ado, I guess let's bring Philip on and we'll find out more about that.
It's time for the Trader Bill's Outdoors Fishing Report. With locations in Hot Springs and Little Rock, Trader Bill's is your one stop for all things outdoors.
And we welcome in on the Edwards Food Giant hotline, Philip Kastner, and I understand that you just sent a text message picture of a really nice deer to Mark. Philip, is that your deer?
Well, no, it's not.
Oh, come on now. Come on.
Is it one of your kids or at least?
Well, it's Devin Hudson. So it's Devin's deer. He is a 14-year-old that shot a 12-point.
Nice.
It's a good one.
It's beautiful. Really, it was a beautiful one.
Absolutely. And double brow tine pork, that's one of those that you just don't get every single day.
No.
I'm sitting outside right now looking at an absolutely beautiful moon. If you could circle a weekend to be able to out in the Arkansas outdoors, this is it.
Yeah, it's fishing, hunting, anything right now.
Sure is. So we've got deer season in full swing, and a weekend between opening a deer season and opening a duck season. That's just not normal. So we've got one more weekend to be able to be out in the deer woods, and then, of course, duck season opens next weekend.
And it's only 70 degrees.
All the kids have had a great hunt. It's a full moon weekend right now, and that's what most of the people that I know are doing. They're out there with the kids out there on opening weekend, number 2, with the kids on a full moon.
Well, Philip, what if you were going to take advantage maybe of these last, it looks like we got another week plus of kind of these temperatures staying pretty normal. If we're going to shift gears, if we got our buck over the like your buddy Devin, we got another Devin coming on the show a little bit later on the Edwards Fujon hotline that was successful. Say you're one of the successful hunters and you want to shift gears to fishing because it's pretty mild. And fall, I like to call fishing second season. It's the second best time of year to fish. Where are you sending them? What are you going to tell them to go do, Philip?
Well, topwater season,
it's elongated. It's been stretched out.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how good topwater fishing is on all of our area lakes. So Lake Hamilton, Washtenaw, DeGray, Greason, Greers, in central Arkansas, the topwater bite is incredible because of the warm fall that we're dealing with. The Achilles of deer hunting is Kentucky fishing on all of our central area lakes. So, guys, if you want to go catch a bunch of fish, all you got to do is throw a topwater bait.
I went out in that rainstorm Friday with our buddy Eric Watts. He and I went out, and it rained. The minute we put in, it started raining. I said, well, I looked, and it's supposed to stop at 3. It was like 1, and it rained all day. But I'm telling you, we found some really nice crappie on some really nice brush and on drops. And so if you can stand it,
that rain didn't bother them a bit.
No, it didn't. Well, every time I ever got wet, I dried out, and I didn't.
It doesn't take long.
No, but we caught them, and it made it worth it. And on days like today and tomorrow and the next few days, people ought to get out on the lakes or get out in the woods because you're not going to get wet. You might not get real cold either, but it'll be worth.
Well, you don't do wet and cold, Mark. So these
early.
So these conditions with. Are perfect for you.
Well, if somebody brings me out a nice thermos of soup.
So what Mark is talking about, obviously, is tomorrow.
Right.
It's the bullseye of what we're talking about.
Correct.
We're going to get a bunch of clouds come through, and the topwater fishing is going to be incredible. So what you got to do is go out there and, regardless of whether you're throwing, a buzz bait or a topwater bait with a spook of some kind or whatever you're going to throw, with a big cloud cover that's coming through, that's where you're going to catch a lot of fish.
Well, Philip, we appreciate you, man. We got to hit a break. And another thing you got to do is go see Philip over in Hot Springs or Scott Rook in Little Rock at Trader Bill's Outdoors, and they'll get you fixed up with some of those topwater baits Philip's talking about. Philip, thank you so much, man.
Thanks,
you bet,
Phillip.
guys.
See you.
That is Philip Kastner on the Edwards Fujon hotline.
I was going to tell you also, Billy Matthews is out in the Little Rock store. Take your rods and reels over. That if you're getting ready to start hunting, take your rods and reels over and get him to clean oil and lube.
He is a rod and reel surgeon.
Yes, he is.
He is a surgeon. Hey, we got Ben Batten, Deputy Director of Arkansas Game and Fish, with us the whole show, talking lake renovation. Stick around. More Wildside coming up.
All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros has been serving the community for more than 15 years. Locally owned and operated, we offer a wide range of name brand tires, wheels, and automotive service you can trust, so your dollars stay in our community. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, where customers are treated like family. Service like your daddy used to get. Visit in-store at one of our 2 locations or shop for tires and service online at allabouttireandbrake.com.
Spring and summer may be behind us, but that doesn't mean there's not a good reason to get out to Lake Maumelle to enjoy a day on the water. Trey Reid here from the Wild Side to tell you about West Rock Landing. Our friends at West Rock have everything you need to enjoy a day on the lake. Whether you're fishing for bass or crappie or just taking in the amazing views of the Ouachita Mountains, West Rock offers bait, tackle, boat rentals, and so much more. Check them out at westrocklanding.com or go see them just a few miles west of Little Rock on Highway 10. West Rock Landing, your gateway to Lake Maumelle.
I'm Mark Hedrick from the Wild Side. Let me tell you about Tammy Chase Insurance. Tammy Chase is a wealth of knowledge as she guides her clients through the sometimes confusing world of health insurance and Medicare coverage. I know because she's helped me understand my options and find the perfect fit for me. She'll do the same for you because every client benefits from her expertise and local market knowledge. Give her a call at 501-658-5127. Tammy Chase Insurance. She puts the I care in Medicare solutions.
Car wreck? Call Rainwater Holt in Sexton.
888-8888.
8 for a fast response. 8 for results. 8 for Arkansas.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Bath Makeover of Arkansas started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days. Looking for 20 homeowners to participate in our Rake in the Fall savings event and receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. Bath Makeover is looking to evaluate our exciting new product lines in real bathroom conditions, including our revolutionary new laser etch shower wall system. That's right. You'll be compensated for your time just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. Final days. 20 homeowners who call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 75% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. Receive a $200 Walmart gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. That's right. The first 20 homeowners to call Bath Makeover of Arkansas at 1-800-NEW-BATH receive these special savings. Bath Makeover of Arkansas proudly serves the full state of Arkansas, offering custom bathing solutions such as bathtubs, showers, and walk-in bathtubs. In addition to a lifetime product warranty and 5-year workmanship warranty, Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a price lock guarantee, meaning once you receive a free design consultation, your price is locked in no matter what. Final days. 20 homeowners who call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 75% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. Receive a $200 Walmart gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
1037 The Buzz is your home for Arkansas Razorback football. Coverage each week is brought to you by Edwards Food Giant, Malvern National Bank, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Expressway Airport Parking, and Central Arkansas Cadillac. 1037 The Buzz, the Hogs play here.
Welcome back to the Wild Side on 1037 The Buzz.
Welcome back to the Wild Side. Trey Reid and Mark Hedrick with you. Damon Poole in the control room. We got Ben Batten, Deputy Director of Arkansas Game and Fish, in studio with us. Ben's going to be talking to us about lake renovations. We're going to talk a little bit about Conway and that project that was initiated today with the gravel drop from helicopters for spawning beds for a lot of our sport fish. Also going to talk a little bit about Lake Poinsett, Lake Monticello, even maybe a little bit about White Oak Lake. Before we get to that, though, we're going to ask a little trivia question to get things started.
It's time for this week's Tammy Chase Insurance Outdoor Trivia Question. You may not know the answer to this week's trivia question, but Tammy Chase has the answers for all your health insurance and Medicare needs. Tammy Chase Insurance. She puts the I care in Medicare solutions.
All right, we're going to make it an easy one. This is for a $10 Sonic gift card from our friends at Tammy Chase Insurance. This is so easy. Ben, don't blurt. I know you're going to want to blurt. Don't blurt.
I blurted.
All right. Super easy. Name North America's only marsupial. Name North America's only marsupial. 501-661-1037 is the number to call. You can tell us what the name of this critter, and you'll get a $10 gift card. While we're waiting on those calls, Ben, you said earlier, never thought you'd see an operation like this.
No.
Why helicopters? Why the gravel? I mean, obviously that is a significant expense, but there's pretty good rationale as to why we're doing it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. The gravel's not the cost there; it's the transport with the helicopter. Really cool again to see a bird flying around, taking 4,000 pounds at a time, dropping gravel and putting 2 or 3. And of course, the purpose is all of our favorite centrarchids, which are the largemouth bass, crappie, brim species, all of those are in a centrarchid. They're all in the same family.
Yeah, I thought that was something on Deep Space Nine.
All of those guys, when they're going to spawn, they like to make nests, and pea gravel's a perfect thing because they can, they fan the tail. We all have seen guys catch largemouth off beds, and it's got a bloody tail. It's been fanning that,
How many pounds of pea gravel, roughly?
I think it's like, golly,
actually, I have
660,000 pounds.
No, it's like, that's the wrong side. It is 600,000 pounds of gravel.
I thought it was up there in 600.
Yeah, and I've heard some people say, "Oh, well, that's not that much." First of all, I started trying to think about how many Home Depot bags of pea gravel that is.
Right,
and it's a bunch. But the thing is, volume wise, we're not trying to fill a hole in. We're trying to make a 4 to 6 inch layer. And that's going to cover a lot of ground there. And again, it just gives them something, a hard substrate. They don't want silt, old lake like that's mucky, silt bottom. And, if that silt gets on top of the eggs, they suffocate basically. And so they like that hard gravel. They can clean it out real nice and then they can sit there and keep it fanned. But that's going to be spawning grounds for all of those guys.
Well, one of the advantages of the helicopter that I saw with my own eyes today, being out on the lake bed while they were dropping it, was that it's getting to some places where, why not use a truck? Well, number one, that lake bed is still soggy.
Have you ever tried walking on a lake bed?
Well, if you were going to move that amount of material, there'd be some road building in the lake bed. There'd be some extremely expensive rental equipment that you'd have to have for a lot longer than the 3 or 4 days that this helicopter is going to be here. So while, yes, it's not cheap, it is cost effective and efficient. Right. Hey, let's go to line 1. And Cody, I believe, has an answer to our Tammy Chase insurance trivia question. The only North American marsupial is, Cody, what is it?
The possum.
Oh, yes.
Oh, there you go. There's a bell.
All right, Cody, congratulations. Thanks for listening. Hey, I'm going to put you on hold, let Damon get your digits, and we'll get that over to Tammy Chase, and you'll get some instructions on how to claim your gift card.
All righty.
Thanks for listening, Cody.
The other thing that I think is pretty cool about what y'all are doing with the helicopter is people see progress.
Yeah. We know that folks are ready to see some action on the ground, and there's been a lot of great stuff going on in the background, lots of planning, designing, finalizing, things like that. But we know folks are ready. We're ready too. We're ready to get something on the ground, and this is quite a good show of force in terms of putting stuff out there. And again, Trey, you're kind of getting to, they were really focusing this first round, and I don't think this is the last time we're going to do this. I think we'll probably do this multiple times. And, they were doing this in some of the most inaccessible places. But to your point, Trey, you can let that lake dry 10 years, and you can't run like a dump truck with 20,000 pounds of gravel. You just physically cannot do it. Again, maybe with some road building or things like that, but it's just not worth it in that size of a lake.
Yeah, I mean, and you said 20,000 pounds. I mean, that's like, 5 cubic yards of this gravel, because these bags are about 1.2 cubic yards. They're And
well, how are you going to get that?
They're like 3,500 pounds, almost 4,000 pounds.
Well, how are you going to get a truck in there with all those stumps anyway? I mean, so where are you going with it?
Yeah, that's the other thing is the stumps that you don't think about, but they're everywhere still. And no, those listeners, we're not taking stumps out. That's part of the habitat that makes that lake so good, and we want those to be there.
Only out of boat lanes,
that's
right?
That's right. We will clear boat lanes, but there's going to be no lake-wide stump cutting.
Ben, there's a lot of Conway is obviously Game and Fish's largest lake. It's a huge infrastructure project. When I say infrastructure, it is recreational infrastructure, and there's a lot to that. There will be some hard infrastructure like boat ramps and things like that as well. But some other projects, Lake Poinsett, which has come back online in the last year or two, White Oak Lake underwent a renovation about 10 years ago, and Lake Monticello, one that. So I want you to be thinking about those and give us a rundown. We're going to visit after the break with Devin Simpson, who has got one of the coolest deer hunting stories from opening weekend that you're going to hear. So don't go anywhere. You're going to want to hear that. And we'll get back with Ben Batten after that interview with Devin and talk a little lake renovation around Arkansas. Stick around. More Wild Side coming up.
Outside, living free.
I'm Trey Reid from the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz, and when I'm looking for a great home-cooked lunch on the fly, my go-to spot is the deli at my neighborhood Edwards Food Giant. There's always a great selection of delicious meats and vegetables, fresh from the kitchen and served with a smile by the friendly folks behind the deli counter. You'll get heaping portions with cornbread or a dinner roll and a drink to wash it down, all for under $9. For home cooking without the hassle of washing dishes, go see our friends at Edwards Food Giant.
Hey folks, Mark Hedrick here to tell you about Battery Outfitters in North Little Rock. They're here to serve your battery needs, from cell phones to hearing aids to power tools. And when it comes to service, Battery Outfitters is second to none. Got a problem with your truck or your boat battery? Just pull in at 5915 JFK Boulevard and the Battery Outfitters crew will handle the rest. And don't forget to ask about Key Fob Friday and watch Battery Saturday. You'll be glad you did. Battery Outfitters, 501-537-4990 for all your battery needs. Trader Bill's Outdoors is a one-stop shop for all your fishing and boating needs. They carry Vexus bass boats, Godfrey pontoons, and Taiga surf, wake, and ski boats. Their marine department also features parts and accessories from most boat manufacturers. And if something goes wrong with your boat, their service department is ready to get you back in the game with quality repairs and friendly service. Trader Bill's Outdoors, 1530 Albert Pike in Hot Springs and 12006 I-30 Frontage Road in Little Rock, where great fishing and boating began.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses. And with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at captg.com.
Hey Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey. Check out the new location of Bell & Sword in Conway. Suits, shirts, vests, also polos with Arkansas logo gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. A store within a store with Arkansas-made Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. Fantastic service with a tailor-on staff to fit you perfectly. Go to the new location, Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street, Conway, or on Facebook and Instagram.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Fellas, are you dealing with low energy? Do you not have the same pep in your step that you used to have? It could be low testosterone. Testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT, is the answer. But guys, we have different T levels, man. We're not all the same. Don't go for TRT with a standard dosage plan. Ask. There is a difference. Look for TRT with an optimized personal treatment plan. That's what you'll get with the experts at Low T Center. They provide advanced therapy and have over a decade of experience to back it all up. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's that time of year, jackpot season. Play the new $1 Million Jackpot Scratch-Off ticket from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. You might just, win one. It's the biggest instant prize of the year, and that's just the icing on the cake. There's more than $50 million in prizes out there waiting for a winner. Be that winner. Try the new $1 Million Jackpot ticket in stores now at a lottery retailer near you. Happy jackpot season. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
It's the All About Tire and Brake tip of the week. All About Tire and Brake, because you deserve hassle-free service.
Well, you know, Mark, we've been complaining about this heat, and it is warmer than we'd like for it to be. Like, it was pretty warm on the opening day of deer season. But you know what? Winter is coming. Winter will be here before you know it.
It'll be a snap of a finger type deal.
Yeah, we're going to go, like, in typical Arkansas fashion, straight from summer, or, you know, what passes for fall around here, to winter. You know what? You're going to want your car or your truck to be in good shape. So take it over to see our friends at All About Tire and Brake in Little Rock and Mableville locations, and make sure your tires are in good shape. Make sure all your fluids are good. Make sure the oil's changed and ready to get you back to deer camp or get you to duck camp on the 23rd when duck season opens.
You don't want to be on the side of a road.
You don't want to be on the side of the road. And, you know, your car may be lulled into a false sense of this warm weather. But winter will be here, and our friends at All About Tire and Brake will make sure that you are ready for it. And that's your All About Tire and Brake tip of the week.
Yeah, and you can get an autograph from a world championship arm wrestler over there.
No doubt.
Corey West. Go visit Corey.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, let's go to the Edwards Food Giant hotline right now. We're going to welcome in Devin Simpson and his wife, Dalen. Now, Mark, Ben, there can't be a better deer hunting story from opening weekend. If you've got it, we welcome you to call in and try to top it. But Devin's in the deer stand with his wife, Dalen, on opening morning. There's a light rain falling, and he shoots a doe, but he doesn't get to check or tag or claim that deer because something quite unusual happened.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Dalen, Devin, welcome to the wild side. Devin, what happened next if they haven't seen the video?
Well, first, guys, good afternoon, and thank you for having us on. We appreciate you taking the time out to hear our rambling on about our bear story.
Well, we're glad to have you.
Yeah, a big old bear came out at first glance, and had a visitor with her too. So it's kind of a wild story, yes, sir.
Well, I mean, like, what's going through your mind? You're out there, you shoot this doe. I mean, I can't. In the video, it looks like, I don't know what, 75 yards or so, something like that. And then about 60 seconds later, out walks a black bear and grabs the deer by the neck and drags it off into the woods.
But the thing is that black bear picked it up like it was nothing.
Yeah.
It just picked it. I mean,
so what's going through your mind when that's happening, man? And you had the foresight to turn your camera on and video it, but you got to be like, what just happened?
Yeah, tell us the whole deal.
Yeah, so we're sitting there. We get to the stand that morning, 5:50, 5:55, right before light comes out. Shooting light starts probably about 6:15, 6:20 out there. We had a small doe walk up on us, 7:15 maybe. And so we've been sitting there in the light rain. The video was taken about 8:55, so we probably sat there another hour and a half, didn't see anything. Feeder had already gone off, didn't attract anything. And then those two does walk out from our right-hand side, and we decide that we're going to shoot the biggest one. I let them get broadside, line up my shot, take it, drop it. And I wait, probably about a minute and a half or 2 minutes. Was going to let the doe finish bleeding out and kind of shake some of those nerves out of her. And as I stand up to get ready to climb out of the stand, put my gun down, I look to my left, and there she walks out. Black bear walks out from the left-hand side, and I look at my wife, and I whisper, after I'd woken her up, I whisper to her, don't move, look to my left, there's a bear. And she kind of gave me this weird look, and I said, there's a bear. And she
said bear!
Moved her head around and looked at the bear and kind of gave me this funny look back at me, and I said, it's going to be okay.
We're just in the food chain now. No worries.
Yeah. Well, here's an important thing to point out to our listeners. Bear season was not open in the zone you're hunting in. You're in, I think, Zone 12 in South Arkansas, correct?
Correct, yeah. Zone 12, Bear Zone 4, I believe, and
That's
our
right.
bear season doesn't start till almost Christmas.
Right.
Or right
That's
before
right.
Christmas.
That's right.
So, obviously, shooting the bear is not an option.
Not an option.
No.
And so I tell her, get your phone out and video this. I'm going to make sure I've got bullets in my pistol just in case.
Well, I got to say, kudos to Dalen for as a really. I mean, a lot of times those sorts of videos can be shaky and grainy and they're just, but it was really well done.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very clear and just well done, Dalen.
Thank you.
Well, so I mean, Devin, what are you thinking then about I mean, are you? I know you're a friend of Forrest Talley who works with me at Game and Fish, and I get a call from Forrest that morning. He's like, "Hey, does he have to check this deer or tag it or anything?" And I'm like, "No, he never took possession of it." So I mean, are you thinking about that? Well, now what do I do?
Well, in the moment, we're kind of both in this shock and awe mind state. Our draws are on the floor. We just don't know exactly how to react, and there were some people that said, maybe I should have shot at the ground or shot in the air, maybe to scare the bear off. But when you're in that moment, you're just kind of you're just very still. You're just very kind of struck with awe.
Yeah,
she also
has
a cub with her, react there for a moment,
and she's got a cub, and we know that is when black bears don't typically attack humans. But when there have been documented cases, it's because cubs were involved.
Correct.
And to that, I say, you had just shot a high-powered rifle to shoot this doe, and that didn't seem to bother the bear a whole lot.
No.
That might have been what attracted her.
That's right.
I'm
I
so
talked
sure
about
that may not have worked.
Yeah,
right.
But when she drags the doe off into the woods and she drops her, about 30 seconds later is when she shows up with her cub. So I did not know that she had a cub with her to start.
Right.
So it's probably a very good thing that I did not do that, not knowing there was a cub. Then when she brings the cub out, that's when I was for sure correct about not shooting a warning shot.
Yeah. No. So, I mean, do you have game cameras set up? Had y'all seen any sign, or had you seen other sign of black bears? Did you know you even had them in the area?
Yeah, we were familiar that they had been in the area. Some of the neighboring hunting leases and landowners had seen them on their cameras. I don't have a specific camera in that specific spot.
Gotcha.
But we've kind of heard through word of mouth that there were bear in the area. Plus, I know that you guys could probably speak more to it. The growing population in South Arkansas,
absolutely,
bears, as a whole.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's why there is a season in South Arkansas now. This will be, I think, the third year for it, if I'm not mistaken. So enough bears to support a limited, quota hunt down there. Well, it's just a fascinating story, Devin. For our listeners, I don't want you to hotspot, but can you tell me what county you were in?
Yeah, we're in Clark County.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Clark County is one of those that is split into between two zones because of Interstate 30.
Right.
So we're on the east half of Clark County.
Okay. Well, Devin, man, anything else you want to share about this? I mean, just I noticed that it has blown up, gone viral on your Facebook page, like thousands of shares, hundreds and hundreds of comments, and just incredible, man.
Yeah, a lot of people have seen it. Some people in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and some neighboring places. Just one thing left to share would be just everybody to be safe out there. You never know what you're going to run into, and always be prepared for anything. So.
Well, Dalen, do you have any closing thoughts to share about your husband taking you to the deer stand and showing you such incredible things happening in nature?
Well, I just really was, just hoping we'd get a deer. He looked at me and he was like, "Do you want her?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, she's big enough, and she's better than $5 a pound of beef at the grocery store." He looked at me and he was like, to my left, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And I teach 5th grade science, and so we had just finished our food chain unit, so it was so cool to be able to bring that back Monday and some slides for the kids, and they just thought it was the craziest thing. And there's some of them listening, and they were like, "We're going to listen because you told us about this." But it was so cool to see it up close and kind of see the things that I get to teach. So I was appreciative of Devin that day.
Awesome. Well, Dalen and Devin, thank you all so much for joining us, taking some time out of your schedule on Tuesday night to join us here on the Wild Side. Thanks for sharing the story. Hey, you didn't get the deer, But I think, and especially now that you've used this as a teaching moment for your fifth graders, you got something a hell of a lot better. A great story and a teaching moment and a memory that I think won't soon be forgotten.
No doubt. No doubt. Thanks for joining us, y'all.
Yeah. Well, thank you, guys. We appreciate the opportunity to share.
Appreciate y'all. Thanks for joining us. That is Devin Simpson and Dalen Simpson, his wife, and they, cool. If you haven't seen the video, go to our Wild Side Facebook page.
And I'll have another clip up tomorrow. I'm going to share their page with all the goodies.
Yeah, I think we didn't have the one with the Cubs initially, but check it out on Facebook on the Wild Side. It is. One of the coolest stories I've heard from opening weekend. Hey, we got to take another quick break. We'll be back to talk with Ben Batten, Deputy Director of Game and Fish, about some real cool lake renovation projects going on around the state. More Wildside coming right up.
Mr. Phillips found old Johnny Cat.
Navigating the world of health insurance coverage can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why Tammy Chase Insurance is here to help. Medicare coverage, health insurance, indemnity, life, dental, and vision. Tammy Chase and her team have the expertise and resources to help you figure out the plans and coverages that are right for you. Check them out on the web at TammyChaseInsurance.com or stop by in person at 8414 Counts Massey Road in North Little Rock. Tammy Chase puts the I care in Medicare solutions.
Mark Hedrick here from the Wild Side to tell you about our friends at West Rock Landing on Lake Maumelle. I've been fishing Maumelle for decades, and even though I've learned a few things about catching fish on the lake through the years, I've also learned that it all starts at West Rock Landing. If you're looking for a place to hold your next bass tournament, our friends at West Rock are ready to help you take care of the details. Their covered deck is perfect for weigh-ins. They can also set you up with a boat rental for a day of fishing or a day of just enjoying the views and the area's wildlife. Go see them today. West Rock Landing, your gateway to Lake Maumelle.
All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros has been serving the community for more than 15 years. Locally owned and operated, we offer a wide range of name brand tires, wheels, and automotive service you can trust, so your dollars stay in our community. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, where customers are treated like family. Service like your daddy used to get. Visit in store at one of our 2 locations or shop for tires and service online at allabouttireandbrake.com.
Don't you love the sounds of the holiday season? The bells, the sleighs. Woohoo! If so, your holiday's now even more magical because now during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, you can take home your favorite Hyundai with some of the season's greatest savings.
Drive away now in one of our most popular models with 0% APR and 0 payments for 90 days. Only during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Roger Scott for Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union in Benton. They're your one-stop shop for all your lending needs. Shopping for a motorcycle, an ATV, maybe a boat or an RV. They've got you covered. How about a personal loan to help you with some unexpected expenses? Alcoa Community FCU does that too. And they consistently offer some of the lowest auto rates in the area. Apply securely online at alcoacommunityfcu.org for your next loan. Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union, now serving Saline, Grant, Garland, Hot Spring, and Perry counties.
Custody, guardianships, adoptions. For any family matter, hire the Lions. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. Exceptional communication and exceptional results in both the negotiating room and the courtroom. Lion Legal, the legal pride of Arkansas. Call 227-ROAR and Lion Legal will come roaring to the rescue.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter agent Matt Warden in Little Rock, Seth Hobbs in Bryant, or Nick Gennardi in Sherwood.
Whether it's the Razorbacks, the Bears, or the Red Wolves, we've got you covered. Saturday, the Arkansas Razorbacks host the Longhorns of Texas. Our coverage begins with the Hog Wild pregame show at 7 a.m. and kickoff at 11 a.m. on 103.7 The Buzz. UCA welcomes the Thunderbirds of Southern Utah to Estes Stadium. Pregame coverage on the Point 94.1 begins at 3 p.m. with kickoff at 4 p.m. And Arkansas State travels to Georgia State as they face the Panthers at Turner Field. Our coverage begins at 3:30 p.m. on 106.7 Buzz 2 with kickoff at 4 p.m. College football in Arkansas. We've got you covered.
I'm a real
Wild one. Wild one. Wild one. Wild one. It's time for this week's Keepers and Calls, presented by Battery Outfitters. Sometimes you keep them, sometimes you throw them back. But when it comes to your battery needs, the service and selection at Battery Outfitters are always keepers.
We're going to have a quick version of Keepers and Calls tonight because we want to spend some time with Ben talking about lake renovations.
We do have. I've got I guess this would be a call, Trey, because 43 primates. I think they're kind of macaques, maybe. I'm not sure. Rhesus macaque, maybe.
Yeah, it's a common research monkey.
Yeah,
Rhesus.
Common research monkey. They escaped from a research facility in South Carolina, little South Carolina town. Residents have been asked to keep their doors closed and their windows closed and locked. The monkeys are nonviolent, which whenever I have to say something like that, that bothers me a little.
You ever seen Planet of the Apes?
Yeah. They weigh to 6 to 7 pounds. They're all females. They said there's 43 of them. They're all
great.
female.
They can breed.
And have never been used for testing and are too young to carry disease. How many movies have we seen where this is how it starts?
Yeah. I mean, it's like this is worse than Cocaine Bear.
Yeah,
it
is. It is. And you just think to yourself, I think they've gotten like 21 or 23 of them since then. They
have rounded some of them up.
Yeah, they brought
That's
food. They're wanting foods. They're putting apples out and stuff where they can get them.
Probably won't do well once it turns cold when winter does arrive. But that's how we.
It's a movie. It's a movie.
It's invasive species. We can go off on a whole nother tangent there, but we're talking lake renovations.
Right.
So I'm going to set us up for that with my call. Is a little plant called the burr marigold that I was introduced to on Lake Conway today. If you've driven by on I-40 and seen all the yellow flowers out there, those are burr marigold. Let me tell you, after those flowers are gone, it's like
birds.
I mean, it is like it's like beggar's lice or something like that. But I got off the trail today just long enough to avoid a mud hole, and I may have to throw away a shirt. Unbelievable.
You didn't wear a company issue out there?
I was wearing company issue, and I may not. I may have to replace that one because I don't know that I'm getting them all out. But
all right, let me devil's advocate for you 2 seconds on that plant. That sounds like a very effective strategy to move my seeds around. Is get very, very stuck to something, fall off later.
That is a great evolutionary strategy, right? And I thought you were taking that a different direction. All that vegetation growing up in the lake is going to help that lake like it has helped a lot of others. Ben, we mentioned Lake Poinsett. It came online. I mean, you still got to throw back crappie and bass until January 1, right?
Correct.
You can keep sunfish, bluegills, and White Oak Lake, Lake Monticello. I mean, the reason everybody's so excited about Lake Conway, it's unfortunate. It's got to be dry for a number of years, but we know how this story ends, as you said, and it ends happily. Which one of those happy stories lakes are you most excited about, like getting to fish or you?
Well, I mean, listen, all of them are exciting, and I'm making it a point to hit all of them. But I'm most excited about Conway, even though it's the longest from being ready again. Because it's so close to home. I mean, that's an easy hop.
I mean, we're going to have a trophy bass fishery 20 minutes from where I live in Little Rock.
In the middle of the state. I mean, that's what's great.
I mean, it's like close to a lot of people.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I mean, not just, yes, the bass is going to be phenomenal, but it's always been a great brim and crappie lake, and they're going to be outstanding. Again, you said it. As a fish biologist, I know that that's my training, by the way, for listeners. I worked my way up through the fisheries chain. I'm now riding the desk in the director's office, but got my training as fisheries biologist, and it's called new lake effect. When lakes like us don't get better with time, and one of the only ways you can do is let it start over. And that's why you see, Trey, about a lot of the big Texas bass lakes like O.H. Ivy. They're good because they go in a drought for 10 years.
That's why Amistad and Falcon were so hot down on the Rio Grande. After prolonged drought.
Granada's that way. Granada goes from like 60,000 acres to like 6,000 acres.
Yep, and exactly. So some of these processes that you don't normally get naturally. And so anyway, while that's going on, we're going to take advantage. So super excited about Conway. I have hit in the last month Poinsett and Monticello.
You smoked him at Poinsett.
He called me on his way home to tell me he was so excited.
I I was pretty excited. I got to be, Mark here has been a big mentor for me for crappie fishing for years and years, and I am absolutely a mediocre crappie fisherman. Mark calls me the Lake Jinx sometimes because
the cooler.
Yeah, I'll shut a bite down.
Get the cooler.
I say all that to say, I'm no ringer crappie fisherman. I went out there with.
Don't let him fool you, y'all. He can catch them.
I was with Chris Racy, our chief of staff at Game and Fish, and then Luke Naylor, who was our former duck biologist, current wildlife chief, and we caught 100 black crappie. And I'm not being like, we caught 100. No, Chris Racy was checking us on every fish. Was that 68 or 67?
He was on the pitch count. They were on the pitch count.
So anyway, we caught 100 black crappie, and the best part was, now this I will ballpark, but 85 to 90 of them were over 10 inches, and so would have been keepers. Not available till January 1, but I'll be back. Last summer, Chris and I went to hit Poinsett when it was just like a year and a half post renovation. We caught 103 brim. Smoked them.
I went up there to talk to Randy, who was
former mayor
of Harrisburg and big bass fisherman, and this was like probably 15, 16 months ago, last summer.
Yep.
Not this past. We caught like 30, 12 to 14 inch bass in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just unbelievable, man. Yeah. And they're going to get big.
Yeah.
You've been taking some, putting on a ghillie suit and slipping off to Monticello so nobody know who you are. But you've been.
Mark's mad he didn't get an invite.
You fished Monticello pretty recently.
Yeah, I went twice. Now, here's the deal. I went like 4 weeks ago or so, and I only had 2 hours to fish, so I honestly drove longer from Little Rock than I ended up actually fishing. But I caught 8 bass, and one of them was a 19-inch fish, and the most football-looking fish I've ever seen. I'm sure I did not have a scale. That way I can lie about it later. You know that drill.
Yeah.
But I'm confident it was 5 pounds, and at 19 inches, that's thick.
Ryan Mozachek, who is managing pretty much that lake down there now, works in what region would that be?
That's Region 5 out of Monticello.
Right. And so
District 5.
Ryan and his dad go down there quite often. They'll shoot back some great pictures.
That thing's coming back. Now, I will tell you, I got the other side of that stick. I went not this opening deer Saturday we just had, but the week before. Got all excited, man. I was down there in the dark launching my boat. And boy, it had cooled off the night before, and I forgot
the youth deer hunt weekend. It was
exactly.
pretty cool. Yeah,
I forgot how stingy those Floridas are when that weather shifts like that.
They don't like that cold water.
I caught one fish after like 4.5 hours. Right about had to go at noon, and I caught one at like 11:45.
Yeah.
So it was tough, but I know they're there just because they weren't biting that day. But they're there. They're coming back good, and that lake's only 2.5 years it's been filling. It's still probably only 50-60% full. Now, unlike Conway, which we get 2-3 good rains, it'll fill all the way back up.
Yeah.
Monticello took 5 years to fill the first time, and so it's a little slower.
And for the folks out there that wonder why they're taking down places like, let's just say Maumelle now, although it is for, to get rid of an invasive species, drawing a lake down 8 feet doesn't hurt it.
No, it's very helpful, Mark.
Yeah. So,
very helpful.
That's something to keep in mind, everybody.
The new lake effect is the real deal. I was fortunate to fish Monticello and Cane Creek, for instance, too, in southeast Arkansas, near where I grew up when they first came online, and they were phenomenal. Yeah. And basically, that's what Game and Fish is trying to do, is reset that right now. And then a lot of times it's your hand's forced because of a water control structure or a dam or something. And but boy, the results on the backside are really special. Hey, we're going to take one more commercial break, wrap things up when we come back with Ben Batten, talk a little bit more about lake renovations in Arkansas.
I'm Mark Hedrick from the Wild Side here on 103.7 The Buzz. You probably already know Edwards Food Giant as the meat people. And when I'm looking to throw a steak on the grill, my first stop is the incredible meat counter at Edwards Food Giant. Ribeyes, fillets, strips, T-bones, and porterhouses. Whatever your favorite cut, you'll find the best selection of certified Angus beef at Edwards Food Giant. Their prices are great, with weekly specials that will make your next steak dinner as affordable as it is tasty. Go see them today. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people.
Trader Bill's Outdoors has the largest fishing tackle selection in the region, including the newest lures and the newest colors, as well as a wide selection of locally made lures that are proven winners on Arkansas lakes and streams. They also carry top-of-the-line rods and reels by the industry's leading companies, and they employ local anglers who are always prepared to answer your questions and set you on the path to success. Trader Bill's Outdoors, 1530 Albert Pike in Hot Springs and 12006 I-30 Frontage Road in Little Rock. It's time to hit the lakes and rivers, but before you back that boat into the water, stop by Battery Outfitters in North Little Rock, because the boat ramp is a bad place to discover a dead battery. Stephen Heron and the crew will take care of you like family and make sure you are charged up and ready to roll before you make the first cast. Bad batteries take your fish finder out of the equation, and you can't stay on the fish if your trolling motor won't turn. So take charge of your fishing fortunes with a trip to Battery Outfitters, 5915 JFK Boulevard.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. Southern Bank is a 137-year-old community bank with branches across Arkansas, founded on strength and stability. Real community-style banking, local decisions, and friendly staff you know by name, all coupled with competitive deposit and loan rates. From small to large projects, we can handle it all. So what's holding you back? Give us a call at 501-424-0900 or check out our website at bankwithsouthern.com. Learn how you can experience the Southern Bank difference today. Member FDIC.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Bath Makeover of Arkansas started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days. Looking for 20 homeowners to participate in our Rake in the Fall savings event and receive test market pricing on a beautiful new walk-in shower. Bath Makeover is looking to evaluate our exciting new product lines in real bathroom conditions, including our revolutionary new laser etch shower wall system. That's right. You'll be compensated for your time just to determine if our exquisite product lines are the right fit for your bathroom project. Final days. 20 homeowners who call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 75% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. Receive a $200 Walmart gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. That's right. The first 20 homeowners to call Bath Makeover of Arkansas at 1-800-NEW-BATH receive these special savings. Bath Makeover of Arkansas proudly serves the full state of Arkansas, offering custom bathing solutions such as bathtubs, showers, and walk-in bathtubs. In addition to a lifetime product warranty and 5-year workmanship warranty, Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a price lock guarantee, meaning once you receive a free design consultation, your price is locked in no matter what. Final days. 20 homeowners who call 1-800-NEW-BATH will receive 75% off installation of a new walk-in shower. Ask about 18 months, no interest, no payments. Senior and military discounts. Receive a $200 Walmart gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now to receive a $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Welcome back to the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz. The Wild Side Outdoor Report is brought to you by West Rock Landing, your gateway to fishing and fun on Lake Maumelle.
Well, Trey, the Central Arkansas Ducks Unlimited chapter is having their 46th annual membership banquet Thursday, November 14th. Doors open at 5:30. It's the Chenal Event Center, 21 Rawling Road in Little Rock, Arkansas. If you need any more information, you can check with the Ducks Unlimited Central Arkansas chapter. You can call Sean McDaniel at 501-519-9177. That's Sean McDaniel at 501-519-9177. Also, as of November 11th, Winona Park will be closed until next spring. So anybody that likes to get out there and spend time on Winona needs to wait until next spring. They're allowing for construction to an intake tower. And like I say, the goal is to reopen spring of 2025. Lake Maumelle is about 5.5 feet down, on the way to 8 feet down, still looking like that's their watermark, 8 feet. Ramps, and they're getting down there, so it's going to be a little harder to launch your boats. And keep an eye out for I like to call them widowmakers, but a lot of logs just under the surface out there. So kind of fish at your own risk. Be careful. They still are, as you well know, Central Arkansas Water and Arkansas Game and Fish are partnering to improve the ramps, improve the parking lot, get some boat parking, do some stuff there.
Hey, Mark, I just want to say really quick, we've had movement on that this week. We're meeting with our two teams next week. I am really excited about what that's going to look like when we're done. Now, it's going to take us, we're going to try to hit the boat ramp and build a pretty nice courtesy dock first, and then we'll do the parking lot kind of as a phase two. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's going to be a big investment, and we're excited.
I'm excited. The stakeholders meetings that we were at, I wish more people would have been able to come to them. They'd have gotten a lot more information there too. But like I say, I'm really proud of
that one's going to be worth it.
Yeah, it will be. Arkansas Pecan Festival, December 7th. I'm mentioning this because it's Keogh, Arkansas. Trey, there's going to be the Arkansas State Squirrel Calling Contest.
We were teasing Clifton Jackson about whether he would try to have another title in addition to squirrel skinning champion.
Well, it's kind of like Olympic medalists. They don't just go for one medal, dude. They got there's
it's
butterfly,
multi-disciplines.
Multiple disciplines. And as we know, Clifton can be disciplined when he wants to be, I'm sure.
Well, he's very disciplined with that blade when he's skinning.
A
squirrel.
So I want to hear him do a little squirrel calling. And like I say, the other thing was the Lake Conway deal today, the helicopters for the outdoor.
Yeah, that's going to be going on for a couple more days, so don't be alarmed if you see a helicopter flying around Lake Conway with a large bag of gravel under it.
So Matt Schrader texted me that they did 80 bags today. The goal, I think, was about 300 between 3 days. And then, I don't know if we mentioned, they're going to head down to Lake Wilhelmina. We're also redoing that one, which is just west of Mena, Arkansas. And
I think they're getting about an hour and 15-minute earlier start tomorrow, too, which will probably make up for that 20-bag deficit from today.
It's amazing how quick that guy comes in.
Man, coming and going. Fast.
And I was there when they refueled. Trey, I think you had just
I saw the first refuel. I didn't see the second one.
He came down, guy hops out, runs over there, sticks just like you fill up a gas station. It fills her up, fires her back up, he's gone.
It's pretty quick. It's great to see, some progress there and getting, some actual tangible stuff you can see and touch going on. But again, just remind folks that, these success stories you shared in the last segment, Ben, Poinsett, White Oak is another one.
Mark Shatley down there.
Ben sent me down there to interview Shatley about what it's like to go through a lake renovation, and Shatley's like, "What, do you want to fish for a couple of hours?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm here, and I'm a fisherman."
Smart move.
We smoked him, man. Our best five went like 26 pounds.
Fishing that bait he makes?
Yeah.
I've got some of those. They're great baits.
It was, you see it with your own eyes. And when you experience it, it's like worth it. Probably for the folks that are looking at a dry lake bed right now, maybe.
Let me tell you something there, though. People looking at a dry lake bed, here's what I see. And I talked to Matthew about this today, my son. 10 years, he's going to have my 14-year-old granddaughter out there possibly catching her personal
best
or
something.
My granddaughter, my grandson, they'll be out there fishing. This is something for the next year. I was able to fish some wonderful lakes growing up. I fished Conway when it was relatively new. I fished Maumelle when they were hauling 8 and 7 and 9 pound fish out of there like nothing. And I fished those lakes. It's time for somebody else to have that opportunity.
Human beings were terrible at short-term sacrifice for long-term gain, but it is worth it. It's going to be really, really great, and we're going to get it done. I'm not worried about it, but I can't wait to reap the benefits. And 5 years, guys, is a small price to pay in 75 years, and this will get us another 75. 5 years out of 150, it's not too bad.
And if it brings one more person into the fold,
And I think that you hit on something. As human beings, we don't like to make short-term sacrifice for long-term gain, whether that's working out, eating right, whatever it is. But that is what the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission does every single day. It's about
we're playing the long game.
Yeah, it is. It's that's it. It is about the long game, and I hope Arkansans and visitors understand that when they show up to Lake Conway.
Ben,
and camp
thanks for
fish now.
coming,
It's
man.
going to be
Great.
awesome in the future. Yeah, Ben, thank you so much. We're out of time. Thank you all for tuning in. Then we got to get you back where we talk a little more. For Damon Poole and Mark Hedrick, I'm Trey Reid. We'll talk to you next time here on The Wild Side.
When the man comes around.
The last bastion of quality programming.
Why would you listen to any other radio station than 103.7 The Buzz? KABZ, Little Rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the American Safeguard Insurance Studio. Your hosts, Matt McJunkins and Matt Wilcox with Thomas Thrash from Hootens.com, your source for Arkansas high school football. You're now between the mats.
Welcome to Between the Mats. I am Matt McJunkins, and you are here with us in the American Safeguard Insurance Studio. I got my man, Matty Stats Wilcox. How you doing, Matty?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, man. It was a great weekend, some amazing football this week. Thomas Thrash here with Hootens Football. How are you, Thomas?
I'm doing good. We just got our Farm Bureau finalist watch list out today, so a little stressful.
A little stressful?
A little stressful. You're getting,
Yeah.
the top seniors from around the state.
Probably got a few calls, people not happy.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Where's my baby?
But there's some guys, you forget about. So, it's an evolving list. So you can, and I was telling some kid today, you can play your way. Like playoffs is where it really matters.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me tell you, I mean, it's like this every year, but boy, there were some really good games this last Thursday and Friday night, some conference championships, some just flat out rivalries.
Yeah.
Some games that really mattered for some playoff seedings that weren't championships. Atkins, Mayflower, huge matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Mineral Springs, Murfreesboro.
You're still on that? You're still on that?
I mean, I'm going to be on that one for a while, at least 360-something days.
Because they got you last year.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. When Mineral was, at that time, number one in the state in a lot of polls.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In ours, for sure.
Yeah. Greenbrier shuts out Valonia.